Why is it so hard to set healthy boundaries in performance sport? The answer is unique to each of us. One thing is for sure though, unshaped personal boundaries are a massive problem within performance support staff. From a coach I spoke to, I was working 6.7 days a week across a 12-month period. I wasn't seeing my kids or my wife, and I hit this brick wall that made me realise, you know what, this isn't right. Setting boundaries is one of the standout key skills support staff need help with. The most challenging part of boundaries, certainly in my experience, is to move out of disempowerment into fully owning that it's on you to change you and your perceptions and your experiences, no one else's. In this video, you're going to learn the 3 reasons why you don't say no, very predictable reasons. You're going to learn how to clearly define your boundaries, and you're going to learn a 3-step process to saying a positive no to defend your boundaries. If you're new to the channel, I'm Richard. I guide senior male performance support staff to go from feeling lost in improving athletes at the expense of themselves, to finding their personal freedom within sport, or to find their own exit strategy. If this resonates with you and you're seeking to change your life or quality of life in some way, it's important to know what stage you are at. Download the free workbook, The Path Ahead. You can find the link below. This 15-page guide is ideal resource for senior male performance support staff. You'll learn the 7-stage process of change in relation to you and your life, and you'll see real-life examples from performance support staff helping you identify with clarity where you are. And please subscribe to the channel, as it will help this content reach more staff that need it. Part 1, 3 reasons why you don't say no. We feel we need to say yes to more responsibility, more athletes to train, more data to analyse, more meetings to contribute to, whatever it is that we feel makes us a successful member of the performance support staff team. But sacrificing health and family for work is not an expression of loyalty, it's a sign of poor priorities. Dedication is not what you give up for your job, it's what you give to your job. Many performance staff struggle to have the hard conversations, both professionally and within their personal relationships, certainly from what I'm seeing and hear about. The fear is that if it goes wrong, then there could be high consequences of saying what they think, such as losing their job, especially if that staff member is relying on a visa to stay in a country. This leads to 3 classic behaviours. The first one is avoidance, so mainly due to people not being comfortable with conflict. They assume the worst case scenario. They associate no with being solely negative, and we don't exercise our power, and certainly low self-worth. We don't look after the relationship, and we pretend the issue doesn't exist. The second reason is we accommodate, or in other words, we people please. And this is a quote, "I'm a terrible people pleaser, I'm not an aggressive person, and I shrink back from conflict, which has led to me being bullied at times. I felt that environment wasn't one in which I could voice my concerns to people." That's been an issue I've carried for probably my whole life, one way or another. At school, I was horrifically scared of ever being in trouble. I don't ever want to be late for something because it's all about people pleasing. The third and final reason is we attack when overwhelm hits. I've become aggressive, confrontational, desperately unhappy. I wasn't receiving any benefit or gain from anything I was doing. I'm obsessed with work to the point where it took over and affected everyone around me. I don't like the person I've become. My wellness and well-being is in the gutter. I'm not doing the right things for myself, and I'm a bit of a mess. The cost of this includes feeling exhausted, too tired to take care of yourself, mentally fatigued, struggle with motivation, or feel lost in what to do or how to change. Part 2, how to define your boundaries. One of the reasons performance staff have unshaped personal boundaries is because they lack clarity in what they truly want. And now, see a boundary as an invisible line that you draw around yourself to identify what's acceptable and what is unacceptable. And it doesn't have to be fixed. And of course, they're often very fluid and ever-changing, depending on your goals, relationships, or your mental states. So what situations do you say no in? Very common examples were technical coaches that ask for data at night, peers that are over-delegating work to you, athletes who are disempowered and crossing boundaries, to yourself, to your partner, to your children, to your friends. This, of course, fluctuates each and every day, but principles stay the same. Your beliefs, so values, needs and purpose, and your roles define your principles. And using the common needs for work-life harmony, the goals could look like you want to increase quality time with your family, be present, have more energy. Therefore, your boundaries would need to include clear working hours, priority of your self-care, maybe 2 clear days off a week, and delegate more effectively. Now, if your goal is career progress, then the goals could look different. It could maybe look like this: improve your quality of work. Maybe you want to grow your network, or maybe you want to make more effective decisions. So your boundary focus could include protecting your schedule, reducing social engagements, or effective delegation, and again, prioritizing your self-care. An important element to be aware of is asking, will these boundaries be sustainable without sacrificing the quality of your daily engagement with your family? And will they allow you to maintain your self-care wellbeing practices to keep up your health? These are very common boundary focus that I hear about a lot in my work and work with people on. But make this specific to you. Let me know in the comments below what your boundaries are aimed at right now. Part 3, the 3-step process to saying a positive no to defend your boundaries. The truth is, no is the key word of focus, strategy, discipline, and boundary protection. Saying no allows you to get what's truly important to you. In order to get to the right yes, the right agreement, the right decision, you have to get to say no a lot. Learning to say a positive no helps deepen your relationships by clarifying and setting your boundaries. It just makes everyone clear. But without a clear process, it can feel uncomfortable and at worst cause more damage than good. Now, step 1 is to express your yes. And your yes is really, what do you want? What do you value? What are you trying to protect? Use I statements, not you statements, and keep it simple. The deeper your yes, the stronger your no. And so when you're about to say no, ask yourself, what are you saying yes to? No is positive because it means you're saying yes to something more important that is deep inside of you. Step 2 in this is assert your no, but don't reject. Respect that person. Set clear, matter-of-fact limit and have it see a clean line, not a jagged, wavy ambiguousness. Stand on your feet, don't stand on their toes. And step 3, propose a yes. So a clear, constructive proposal that protects your interests and aims for a positive outcome. As you close one door, open another. Just to give you an idea, here's an example. So the head coach wants you to work through the weekend at last minute notice, but you have family commitments and one of your key values is to keep weekends or for 2 whole days a week out of 7, free from work to maintain a positive work-life balance that's suited to you. So step 1 in this is, yes, I have an important family commitment this weekend. That's what your yes is. Step 2 is simply then, so I can't work this weekend. Super simple, think of that clean line. And step 3 is the deeper yes. And I would like to see how we can work this out. Delegate, change dates, a coordinated solution that allows a positive outcome. Now, no doubt this takes practice, which requires you to not be perfect at it to begin with, of course, and that's okay. Just remember, getting to what you want requires you to make different choices to what you're currently making. How does this show up for you in your life? Let me know in the comments below. And I'll remind you, if this resonates with you and you're seeking to change your quality of life, download the free workbook, The Path Ahead. This is the 15-page guide, an ideal resource for senior male performance support staff. You'll learn the 7-stage process of change in relation to you and your life. You'll have real-life examples from performance support staff helping you identify with clarity where you are. And I want to thank you for watching and be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you again.